Today we're going to be swatching some Ohuhu Honolulu B markers in my Talens Sketchbook, and we will be sketching and drawing and coloring some holly berries. Hi, my name is Jen and this is my channel JynDrawz. I have a Talens Sketchbook, and then the markers is just a simple 48 set. I hadn't tried this type of Honolulu markers yet, so we're gonna give it a try, see what they're like, and see if I like them compared to the chisel tips, and what we can all do with just a simple 48 set. As you can see here, they now have a listing of how many milliliters is in each marker. That's really cool. I hadn't seen that number before yet. And I'm getting ready to swatch them all out, and I'm just gonna let you watch the swatching process. As you can see, there's quite a nice variety of colors. We got some light tones, mid-tones, shadow colors, darker colors, some nice grays. And this is the inspiration picture I'm going to be using. I will link it below. I got it from Unsplash. I do change several things and made it my own, and just used it for reference over how the shapes are of the berries and of the leaves and the colors. After erasing all the heavy pencil marks, it's now time to choose the colors to make the leaves and the berries. I got a couple shades of green, some yellow greens, some red oranges, some reds, a light yellow, and then the warm gray for the shadow. First, I start by coating the page in this yellow-green color to get down a nice base layer, and make sure you have that plastic in between the pages, otherwise it will leak onto the next page most likely, depending on how many layers and how thick you lay down the ink. And now I'm going over with my mid-tone, coloring it in, leaving that edge, that light limey yellow-green color, since that's what it appeared to be in the photo, and I wanted to keep that as a nice little edge. And I'm just filling it in, layering it up, not caring about any of the streaking because I know I'll be going in with more layers, and then that will all just fix itself. And I use the bullet tip to use less ink to just kind of fill it in and get close to the edge without it flooding the page too much. Going over with the light color again to lighten it up a bit, adding some shadows with this darker green color. Just trying to give it a bit of shape and a bit of contrast. And it looks really dramatic right now, but once you go back in with the mid-tone and some light tones, and you give that alcohol ink some time to dry, it just all seems to blend so nicely together, and you don't see it as such a harsh line. And that's pretty much what I did for all of the leaves. So I'm going to let you watch the process and enjoy. And then we're going to be doing the berries, and for those I use this bright red-orange color, since they seem to have a bit more of an orangey red tone to them than just a red tone that I had in my set. So I just was layering up with the orangey red, and then I went over with the medium-ish red, and then I went over with the darker red to give that shadow and, you know, give it a bit more life, 3D-ness, and still leaving that light orangey red color pop through. Layering, just your standard things that you do with alcohol markers all the time. And then I'm adding in the branch that holds this all together with the, I think it was potato brown I used, and just drawing some lines connecting the berries, connecting the leaves, drawing that all in, seeing that some of the leaves I needed to add more green to make it actually connect to that branch, which I will do in a bit. I added some nodules to the branch, and then just kept adding lines to make it look like that branch was really connecting everything, adding some more shadows, darkening the colors, blending the colors a little bit more, going over and adding those kind of looked like where the blossom was on the bottom of those berries with that potato brown to give that look to it. Using the warm gray for a light shadow, putting that underneath the leaves, underneath the branch, going around the berries, just giving it a bit of a 3D pop from the page. I really liked how this warm gray interacted with this paper and gave me that really soft shadow. I then used Polychromos white to just give it a bit of a shine, a bit of a texture, a bit of a gloss to it since these leaves were a bit glossy. And I found if you rub with your finger a little bit over it, it kind of faded it out a little more so it wasn't such that colored pencil contrast. And if you've made it this far in the video, please comment a red dot and the green leaves, or whatever you think is a nice holiday symbol in the comments below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about these markers, also let me know. It was real fun using the fine point and the brush tip on these Honolulu B markers. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one. Bye!